Fuck yeah! Throw your brains out! Fuck yeah! The mighty and powerful! Take motherfucking Jarvis! 2 full years! Blow your brains out! Fuck yeah! Take Jarvis! 2 full years! Blow your brains out! 2 full years! 2 full years! Blow your brains out!
All right, just a little surprise to start the show. Everybody stand by. We've got Metal Murphy. He's hot. It's the WhereJets coming up.
I have always believed the road to excess leads to the palace of wisdom. I got it bent all the way over here.
Please make your voice be heard.
And I'm leaving society to move out to the country and smoke crystal meth with rednecks.
Maybe you have a differing opinion than us. Maybe we're completely wrong, and you are the one lone person in the world that is right.
That's why you're here tonight. Eventually, me and Dave Jarvis are going to Hollywood.
But guess what? Some of us are actually pretty friendly.
Yeah, but most of us suck.
Fine, upstanding young man. Fine, upstanding young man.
Smoke weed.
Yes, it's true. We have arrived to blow your brains out every Wednesday right here. Get ready once again for the best night of your motherfucking life.
Yes.
Everybody say hello to Ariel.
Ariel.
The singer of Against All Odds, and our special Christmas music coming out. Really excited about that. By the way, I am Rick E. Warden, and as you know, the mighty and powerful, I love you, Dave motherfucking Jarvis.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a pleasure for you to have me here. Hello, Brainiacs. This is your weekly dose of leftovers and giant ribbons. So here it is, folks. We've arrived at the end of the year. The pungent sting of the early morning air as I sighs through it on my appointed routes. The cold stares of dogs and other animals that think they're better than me. I try to block out the whispers of men with jowls, but alas, a diseased toilet has brought me back. Yes, the zenith of mongoloid reasoning, known simply as blow your brains out, is back to tickle your taint and drink all the orange juice that says some pulp. I'm only laughing on the outside. My smile is just skin deep. If you could see inside, I'm really crying. You might join me for a weep. I would have been a sexy chick. And here is today's clickbait. On this day in 1993, we lost the musical genius and genocidal madman Frank Zappa. Yellow Snow hasn't tasted the same since. Knocked Loose recently played the Jimmy Kimmel Show, and apparently his entire audience, both at home and abroad, collectively shit their pants. If only we could do hologram G.G. Allen at Coachella. Swedish metal juggernauts Meshuggah will make the triumphant return to North American stages, along with openers Cannibal Corpse and Carcass, making this the tour of the year for metal fans. Tickets will be available for the rest of the week. Pre-sale, general sale goes on sale Friday, and for those interested, they will be at the Southside Ballroom on April 16th. And now, folks, it's time for Who Do You Trust? Hubba, 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 money, money, money. Who do you trust? As the prophecy foretold, we have brought back Steve Murphy, this time with an all-new entourage. Please welcome to the stage, everybody, the WhereJets.
Party.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
Hi, friends.
Hello.
Well, if by the end you feel you have been cheated by us in any way, we will grant you a large stuffed panda on the way out. All right, so folks, I don't mean to be jumping the gun or anything, but I think everybody here needs to give a round of applause for Steve, whose birthday was Monday.
Kind of. Yeah. This is my birthday week, and I'm pretty excited about celebrating
whole week as my birthday.
Do it.
And I, one of the things I was going to get on my birthday, but I didn't have time to get, was on Facebook Marketplace. I tried to buy a Star Trek shirt because I know Ariel likes Star Trek.
Star
But
Trek.
didn't get a chance. Fred's watching. Fred, are you watching? And but I was going to wear a Star Trek shirt. So if you guys have me back on, I will have Star Trek on by that time.
Ew.
Yeah, you are welcome back for Star Trek. You're
Anytime.
always welcome here, man.
I was going to wear a hat too. Damn it. Where's that?
I only got the clothing line today. Minus the jacket.
Right, so the hat.
Greg's got his hat on, so.
Is that glasses? Do you have glasses on your head?
I do.
Everybody say hello to Dallas legend Craig Reeves.
Okay.
We just had Craig on a couple of weeks ago, so don't be confused. Basically, every member of this band also plays in a metal band.
Oh. Okay.
So Craig and Star here,
Raw.
Raw play in Midnight Murder Show.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Thanks for being back, yo.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Golf clap.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So I saw that the Jets recently played Haltom with our good friend Torch. How did that show go?
That was an excellent show. I was thinking it was going to be horrible because it was raining. And I don't know how many friends of mine said, I can't make it, but a lot of people turned out, our friends.
Yep.
A lot of the Rotting Corpse fans and support came out, and it was a really good show. We played with 5 other bands, and the members of my band are going to help me to remember the names of those bands, but they were some really cool bands that were very in the same genre as what we're doing with the WhereJets, and everybody, it was just really fun and cool. And
The Way Down from Parts Unknown.
Parts Unknown.
The Way Down.
The Way Down.
Thank you,
Drink
Ariel.
Smokers or cigarette butts. They were, I don't know. They were forgettable.
Great. But the one from Abilene, what was the band from Abilene? They were cool.
That was.
Maybe they're the Way Downs. And then there was
The Way Downs are from here.
Yeah, the young punk band Die Whoosh or something like that.
Yeah.
I were, yeah.
They were cool. Everybody was cool. We were kind of on the same vein. It was one of those. I think it was like one of the best, like the best Jet show where we all kind of, the bands all kind of meshed together, and it was a fun show. And hopefully they'll ask us back. And the best thing is, from the stage I could see them preparing hamburgers. And I was like, I'm that close to. I'd already eaten a hamburger, but I knew at the end of the set if I needed another hamburger, I could go over there. And they come with chips too, so that was well. So did you get a
frisbee one at you while they're on stage?
Alan? Did you get a hamburger? I can't remember if you got.
I did not. I partook of the El Chico on the way there.
Alan is our drummer who plays in almost every cover band in Dallas, and Queen for a Day. They are playing this. What are you guys playing? The 28th and 29th?
Yeah, 28th and 29th, Granada Theater, and then up in Wichita Falls at Iron Horse Pub.
And they are probably one of the best Queen cover bands, but I think this may be their last show. So get out and check them out.
Yeah.
It'll be a good one.
Have y'all played Granada before?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, yeah, yes.
What's,
Queen for a Day, it definitely has.
What-
They're badass shows at Granada too. I've seen them there.
They have 2 stages.
now,
right?
do they have the same revolving door policy as most other sound guys?
At Granada, it's been the same guy for a while, and they're definitely the same guy at the Sundown at Granada, where we played.
Yep.
The Jets played there.
Yeah, we played Sundown. That is
Good.
a great venue to, like, if you're just down there and want to go eat and see a good band. We played with
So there is some job
Classless
security out
Acts.
there. That's good.
Classless Acts. Was a really cool band from
Yep.
LA. We're from LA, so.
Oh Christ! Did they have that LA accident? Hi, what are we supposed to be doing here? We took the 28 up to get here.
They were nice guys. They were really nice guys.
Yeah, they were. Yeah,
They were cool. So we liked Classless Acts, and we'd love to play with them again someplace. So
Subliminal message.
I think we could play with Against All Odds. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've actually listened to you guys since the last show, and I enjoyed what I heard. So
Awesome.
Aw, thank you.
a little bit of a kiss up, but I did like it. So
Well, I will gladly play with anybody because I just love playing.
Oh yeah, the guy from Abilene.
Brian Harris.
His name is Brian Harris, which is the guitar player for Queen for a Day. I just had to find it on here. Yeah, so
Yeah, I know Brian. Yeah, Queen for a Day. That's who y'all were talking about earlier. That's
Yeah,
kick-ass. They're doing another show.
the band from Abilene, the guitar player in that band who owns a club that we're going to play at in Abilene, his name is Brian Harris as well. I had to look it up. So
Oh, God, that's so confusing.
I'm terrible with names. I hope he's not watching. I'm sorry, Brian. I forgot your name.
He forgave you.
Is he still over at Charlie's?
We're going to tag him.
Everybody
Yeah.
go by
Yeah.
Charlie's and say hi to Brian Harris of Lord Tracy,
yeah. He's
And-
still over there.
Queen for a Day.
Hey, what band did he play with Randy with? Was
He played in Blockhead a long time ago.
Blockhead? All the kids remember Blockhead, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Randy Cook,
Yep. Randy and Jimmy.
Jim Cleaver. He's probably not watching, but the best thing about Cleaver is, man, he could kick his legs so high above the mic like this. Oh God, I'm gonna knock my thing over. But
Nice move, though.
kicking thing, and we had a mutual friend, Luke, who was the guitarist for Riding Corpse, and Luke Brewer would tell Cleaver about us witnessing the leg kicking thing, and Cleaver would get so mad at Luke, and I thought, in its own way, because I thought it was kind of inhuman how he did that, playing bass, playing Queen parts, and then
Hello, still echoes.
all right, this has nothing to do with anything. But
No, that's good
Hey
stuff,
Steve,
man.
can
I
you
love
do that
kick.
kicking motion one more time, but make it slow?
Yeah, I want to see it.
Sensual.
dude, I almost knocked over my stand, and it's like,
That was probably a prerequisite for getting in the Lord Tracy band.
That's funny.
Just channel your inner Demi Moore from the mid-90s. You'll be all right.
You'll be
Hey,
fine.
David, how's your snake? Didn't you have a snake or something?
Still, that might have been Brett. Brett's
Brett,
the
yeah,
He's
lizard
got a
keeper.
snake, all right.
Was he the one with the puppy and the snake? Or
Yes, he was. That's my drummer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sorry, I got you mixed up with the snake.
Shout out, Brett.
Wait,
You say
you
pop.
got me mixed up with somebody that doesn't keep an icon in front of them.
Oh. Hey,
All right.
Dave.
Let's see. I think I've got a picture of Brett here somewhere. Would y'all like to see it?
Sure.
Yes.
There we go. That's Brett.
Jesus.
Wow.
I'll y'all stay tuned. I'll get you a close up.
I think we've got a good look at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a character, man. I love that dude.
He's a good kid.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
don't need to get
And
gynecological on this.
Dave loves him maybe a little more. We got to love him. How do you say it? I don't know. But we love Brett. Love you, Brett.
Cool.
So how did
He's
you
a
all
lovable feller.
how did all of y'all meet? Y'all are all in other bands too.
Bingo. What a great question.
Oh Lord, this goes back.
Craig and I went to high school together, and we played in bands since the 80s, starting with Processor Bill, which was a punk band that played with bands like Schizo and Tyrannicide and Arcane, and then we went on to play with the Bat Mastersons, which was kind of a big thing for a while, but and recorded their second album that never came out, but Do You Love Me that was out on the edge and stuff.
I really love me.
And then let's see, and then time passes, and then Craig joined a band called Scary Cherry and the Bang Bang. And
Bang.
Alan was the drummer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So that kind of fell apart, and then Randy quit, and then we had a different drummer, and then we asked Alan to join us. And Randy is the drummer of Rotting Corpse, by the way. And then we get Alan, which we're very happy with. But at one point, the WhereJets were 75% Scary Cherry and the Bang Bangs because Jeff Combs was
right. Well, in between Randy, you had Gerald too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had Gerald, GG 5000.
Yep.
Great musician who I still kind of play with. And then Jeff decided to move on. I think he's living in Idaho right now.
Idaho. Wow.
And he's probably not listening, so I can make fun of Jeff. But he went on to join the Empires. Which
Empires.
Well, and he started doing tribute stuff as well.
Tribute stuff. And then Ra came in.
Yep.
Ra started playing bass with us, and she's helped with a lot of the promo stuff. Like if you look at what's our cover songs? Pretty in Pink and also
Freedom of Choice.
Freedom of Choice. Ra is the
dancing queen.
The dancing queen. She does great work.
Oh, she can sing it right there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
How to do that? How to finish that line for you real quick.
Yeah, we got to karaoke sometime.
So
are y'all still cool with Scary Cherry?
I mean, Scary Cherry.
What's left of it? I mean, it doesn't really exist anymore.
Yeah, I mean, there's always been talk, and there's talk every time I talk to Mario or anybody. He's like, we're going to do something again. It won't be Scary Cherry, but...
Well, and he's busy with Seven.
Yeah, but we have 16 songs recorded with Scary Cherry and the Bang Bangs that are basically finished for a record. Well, an EP and a record. There was two records that we were working on.
Okay.
And they need to fucking come out.
That'd be cool.
And Mario keeps saying, we're going to put those out, blah, blah. I still have a couple of guitar parts left on a couple of songs, but, I mean, they're 99% done.
Yeah.
They just need to be mastered after that, but, yeah, they need to come out. So who knows what's up with
Mario
that.
said he might listen tonight, so maybe he heard that message from Craig.
Yeah, Mario, put it out.
Yeah, and all of our listeners can go blow your brains out on the social medias for
Bombard
Scary
Mario.
Cherry and the Bang Bangs.
Yes.
Bombard.
Where's those new records?
We
So-
want another show.
Do you guys prefer to be in multiple bands, or would you want to just stay in one? I mean, I know it gets pretty busy. I don't know how everyone's lifestyle is, but do you enjoy just doing multiple?
Well, and I'd like to hear Alan's take on that because he plays in like 20 bands. But me, just trying to do Rotting Corpse and WhereJets is kind of a challenge. But it's with Corpse.
Well, and especially when you're writing your own material, that's a whole different ball game than just learning parts of cover. Doing cover tunes.
Yeah.
There was a time when it was Scary Cherry, the WhereJets, and Midnight Murder Show for me, and that was brutal. It was a lot. It's just trying to move your equipment. And too much movement from here to there and different. If we all rehearsed in the same spot, I'd be down with it, but two's good. I'm okay with two bands. What the hell? Our doorbell just rang.
Yeah. I remember my old band Dank, we opened for Scary Cherry at O'Reilly's probably like 10 years ago. And Leslie, she was just hammered drunk when she got off the stage. And she just came up to me just like with her makeup all drizzling, and she's like, I like you. You're a really good guitarist. And I was like, oh, I like you too. You got good stage presence. And then I look closer, I'm like, hey, wait a minute. You were in Nightmare on Elm Street. Holy shit. And then she walked away.
She has taste in good guitar playing.
What is that alien noise?
I don't know. I was just listening
that was level 4 on the Ninja Turtles.
I was listening to Dank today. One More Lie. It's got some pretty good guitar playing on it. That whole Hit This record has some good guitar playing on it.
Hey, I want to say a shout out to O'Reilly's. I miss O'Reilly. The Nowhere Jets played a few shows there.
Yeah.
Over the years, I'd seen bands play there, and it was not a bad place to play, you know. So I miss O'Reilly.
Yeah.
It
It's legit.
Not the best, but it got good. It was definitely a place to play later.
I remember playing there when I was in Professor D back in the 80s. It was like a horn funk cover band.
Professor D.
Funk
Yeah.
cover. God, that.
Didn't James run sound there for a little bit from Wichita Falls that came to
He was
there, and he was at Skillman Street Pub too.
Yeah, he ran sound there. I remember I saw Jason McMaster's band Broken Teeth.
Dangerous.
He was running sound.
Wasn't James in Stink Bug?
Yep.
And he's not in the new Stink Bug, is he?
No, and you know who is the drummer? My drummer, or well, you played on the record, but the drummer from Max Cady, not the guy that played on the record that you played on, but our drummer that was in the band.
Aaron, or
no? What's his name? He's from New Orleans. He's in
Blue. Joey Gonzalez.
Joey, I told Joey to listen. I don't know if he's listening. Joey, make a message if we're listening.
Blue. Hit the chat, brother.
I feel like with all the names of bands and people, I need those like the CSI boards where it has like names and the connections to who's who, like a giant web of like who knows who's or what.
And your generation probably has all these people that if you started talking about, we'd be like, we don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, it'd get boring.
Well,
that would make for a cool show sometime, though. We could play the music and talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mario.
Anything that's on YouTube, I can play it here.
Cool. No copy.
So, Steve, when you started Nowhere Jets, it was in the 90s, right?
The Nowhere Jet?
We started it in 2020 during the pandemic.
Yeah.
It's a pandemic band.
Oh.
We were actually kind of
okay.
writing songs back and forth over computers or whatever, like internet rehearsals before we actually were able to get together and do shit.
So the Nowhere Jets. So the funny thing is, I was doing work, and one of our locations was in Dublin, Ireland, and I got to go over there because a guy quit right before COVID started. And I was in my hotel, and I took this. I bought an electric guitar. I'd sold all my stuff, but now I bought an electric guitar. And I was like in the hotel, and that's why I wrote 52 Spacesuit, and I wrote part of Life in Q just in this hotel trying to be quiet and stuff like that. And I was sending that stuff to Craig and Randy. And then I came back, and it was like, oh shit, everything's shut down. It was like a week later, everything shut down. So I wrote even more songs. And through that summer, Craig, Randy, and I think Jeff was sick most of the summer, or he was worried about the COVID, but we would get together at safe distances at our practice room at Alan's rehearsal studio. And that's where we pretty much came up with the sound. And a lot of it comes from one of my bands I did in the 80s called Ultra 86. In fact, 3 or 4 of the songs I just pulled from that. And then a bunch of it's new stuff that we wrote. And, some is collabs between Craig and me, and some is my stuff, and but it's all kind of in the vein of the 90s and the 80s power pop stuff, and stuff that me and Craig grew up on. I think all of us in the band grew up on, and it's good. Such bands as who influenced us? I don't know. Bands like Fugazi. Golly, I think, and a heavy Fugazi kick. Like
Dag Nasty for sure.
Dag Nasty. One of the songs that me and Craig wrote in 1988, I quit Rotting Corpse for a little period and formed Process Reveal, and we wrote a song called Progress, and that's one that we pulled up and kind of modernized a bit. And that's Craig sings that now. I used to sing it back in the day. And What was the question?
He said such as. It's funny you mentioned those two names just a second ago. I feel like one of my patients yesterday, and I could be hallucinating, had mentioned them, and they said that their father-in-law or their father managed
Fugazi?
some. The names just sound so familiar from yesterday, but I've slept since then, so.
You'll have to take notes next time.
I know. Because I was very intrigued, and then I was like, oh, blah, 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 blah. It was very early in the morning, and I have like 12 other patients that day. So, but anyways, would have made for a cool story. I made it boring.
Cool.
Hey, do y'all mind if I bring
So
Meagan
y'all,
Moshpit on real quick here? Hey, Dave Jarvis. I hope you don't mind. I went out on my way to ask Meagan to come on and congratulate you for 2 years here on Blow Your Brains Out.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Hello, Meagan.
Hey, my sister. You know how I usually come to you from like random places? So I was out shopping for Christmas stuff, and I was like, I just typed in like closest bar to try to come to you. Apparently, it's not quite a strip club, but it's almost a strip club.
Classy.
And I didn't mean to do that, but I just wanted to give you fair warning before I walk out here. But you might see some titties.
Our kind of tacky.
But I want to congratulate you on 2
We got to
full
get
years.
ratings somehow. Oh, thank you.
And
Thank
we
you so
love you,
much,
Dave,
Meagan.
for everything that you do. We appreciate you.
She's not
Thanks,
wrong.
Meagan. You're sweet. I appreciate it.
Seriously, like lyrically, just community-wise, helping out people, helping out the scene. We love you, man.
Thank you, Meagan. We
I
love
love
you.
what you're doing as well. Hell yeah, man. I love you to death.
Cheers to you,
Can't wait for you to
David.
come back, man. Cheers.
Cheers.
Clankety clank.
What's up, Ron? What's up, Craig?
Hey.
What's up, Steve?
I'm about to grab another beer myself.
Hope everybody's having a good night.
Hey, Jeremy Mooburn, how are you, brother?
I'm all right. What's up?
Shit, we kicking ass. How about you?
Hanging out. I'm at work.
I was going to say, are you in a truck?
I am.
All right. Well, we're going to move everyone over for a minute here for fucking Walter. How are you, dude?
Oh, my Lord.
We got Rotting Corpse live here. Let's bring Steve up. Hello, Steve Metal Murphy. Walter.
What's up, fuckers?
Shit, man. Feeling good.
What are you doing, Walter?
I'm George today. Where is it? George. There you
George
go.
or Jorge?
Today I'm
Jorge.
George.
Vámonos.
George.
Are you kilted?
No. No, I'm not. Let's see. I got pants on. Although there's
Hang on, I'll get
bus
back.
over there. So there you
There
go.
it is.
Can't get away from the buses.
So you may be kilted soon. It's always
Yeah, that's a good question. Yep.
always in the cards for Walter, man. How's everything going with Rotting Corpse, dude? That's so fucking kick ass that you guys have got it all back together here, having a good time.
Yeah. I mean, Murphy can answer all those questions, that's for sure. But it's going good. Yeah.
It's a going.
It's the going.
Yeah. Do y'all have shows booked?
Not at
do
the
we have
moment.
show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not
Well, when you do, come back over and let us know.
That may be another show, but we're gonna book more shows. And also, look what I got today, Walt.
Oh shit, he got his wireless.
Look at you.
My
That's
son for
fancy.
Christmas.
Which one is that? Let me see it again.
Rotting Corpse highly endorses this
Oh,
wireless
thank
unit.
I so we at that benefit we played Opinions. I made the good decision of telling somebody to put 2 Cokes in front of the stage, which spilled, and then I decided to go wireless after that mess. And
Okay.
getting in trouble for that for Walt. Wasn't happy. I'm going wireless now. Yep. And it has a tuner too, I think, right, Walt?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's the point of it. Yep. Yeah.
How's
So
the
you
the
up to?
sound? I know my old guitarist, he refused to do wireless guitar because he didn't like the tone that he got from it. Are you happy with the tone?
That's the same one I use. I'm totally happy with it. The Shure one. It's awesome.
Is that Stuart Taylor?
No, that's Craig Reeves.
Okay.
I called you Stu. That's what.
They look similar,
You got Stuart Taylor in your voice there, Craig.
I guess.
What's up, Craig?
None. What's up, Walt? Long time, man.
Goddamn, you got all these motherfuckers on here. You don't need me.
No,
All right.
Walt,
need everybody.
No. Me and Walt talk about old time metal all the time, and Jerry and Ricky came up because ask the question, Walt.
About.
About
Oh, he's wondering about your sister and Filthy Animal. Yeah. Ricky.
Sister and Filthy Animal. I don't know. You're gonna have to give me more than that. You know, we have step family, so we have a stepsister, and that actually ties into the metal scene with David Dillard, because David Dillard of Tornado Alley. What's the name of his band? Yeah, I think it was Tornado Alley. David Dillard. He's
Holy
a guitar
fuck!
whiz.
Tornado Alley with fucking Kevin Terry.
Yeah, David Dillard on guitar. Well, he married Sarah back in the day, but I don't know who the hell you're talking about.
Fuck it. We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Motorhead, the Motorhead drummer.
Call up Jerry.
Jerry?
Yeah, that would be a Jerry question, you know, more than likely. I don't know what sister it would be, but I wouldn't be surprised that he has a Filthy Animal Motorhead story.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, I was anticlimactic. Sorry, Walt.
Hey, you guys have fun.
All right, party.
Hey, Walter, thank you for hopping on, man. And when you have some music you want to share or shows you want to talk about, hop on in and have a good time with us for a minute.
Rock and roll. And
all right, peace.
But I got to say, eat Skittles because they're good for you.
All right, you already know.
Later, fucker.
Did he just do a plug in the middle of our show?
Yeah.
Shit.
Speaking of that, I was thinking about Ariel when I found these here.
Women who, oh, that's cute.
Yeah, it's not quite women in metal, but, you know, I was thinking if you were to put together a women in metal cereal, what would it be?
Like flavor?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. That's
Berry Pebbles is what this is.
Great.
Maybe cinnamony, because it would be like sweet and spicy, right?
There you go.
I mean, that's a good one. Kind of like a sweet and spicy granola.
Just in case, you know, just in case the world leaders are tuned in right now, they might pick up an idea or two. Yeah. Women in metal cereal. That sounds great. Count Chocula. We can make this work. Frankenberries.
They're literally always listening to us.
Oh, always. I'm going to have
Shit,
cereal.
While we're at it, let's get some WhereJets pop rocks.
Ooh, that'd be dope.
Nice.
I like that.
Well, while we're waiting on those pop rocks, y'all want to listen to a WhereJets song?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have queued up this killer fucking punk rock tune called Big Plans.
Woo.
Birds. Feels good.
It's very
Hell
clean.
yeah.
I like it.
Super good vibes. Super good energy.
Where'd y'all record that at?
We recorded that at Valve Studios with Casey D'Aurio, who has done bands like Bowling for Soup and Blue October, and even done vocals for Tom Araya, if you know.
Oh, what?
He's done. I think he's done Snoop Dogg too. So
That's really cool.
he did a good job for us, and that's from the first 4 songs we did. We went back and did 6 more songs with Gerald on drums, and then we did a live thing that he worked on and cleaned up for us that features Alan's live wacky drumming But we hope to go back and get like another 3 or 4 songs so we can press that on a 12-inch and release that sometime in 2025. So, and I'm going to wear a hat for the rest of this. I'm just taking it on out with a hat. So.
We're gonna keep on.
Sounds good. I got another hat.
He wears many hats.
Yeah.
Vibes.
I host a podcast.
Bobbity vibe.
The funny thing is I went in for a haircut. My hair was getting kind of long because I was playing and riding Corpse again. I thought, man, I can grow it out. But then you get a haircut. I went into this one place I've been going for 20 years, and it's a Chinese place. And apparently I got someone who didn't speak English. So I said, we'll do 3 on the top and 1 on the side. And she took the shear thing and goes,
no.
So I basically was like Ian MacKaye from Fugazi, or like, you know, Tom Hanks and like that. So a while I got used to it just kind of being like that, but now it's growing out again. So I'm probably going to go back to the hat and pretend so people won't know that I'm going bald. So, you know, don't tell.
Punk rock.
Makes you feel much better. I've been bald.
Not getting plugs. I'm not, no plugs.
Nothing's worse than a bad haircut.
Or stump type hair.
I'm just saying. Oh, Shade. Hi, friend.
Hey, check this out, everybody. Shade decided to stop by for a few.
What's up? I'm
Getting
just
shady
here
with it.
to pop on and say congrats to Dave Jarvis for 2 years of BYBO. So we love you guys over at Here For Now. So I wanted to just share the love.
Yeah.
Thanks, Shade. You're awesome. I'm loving the work that we're doing.
Yes, I'm super excited about it too. I think it'll be really dope.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, thanks for taking the time.
No problem. I'm super happy too. Like I said, we
Love
love
you,
you
Dave.
guys. Yes, and all of the opportunities y'all have given us to go and play with y'all's lineups and everything. It's really fun. So
Yeah, we got to do that again.
Well,
y'all have a show coming up. Y'all have a show coming up, Shay?
we do. We have a show. We'll be out at Deep Ellum this Friday. So we are playing at 9:00. So that'll be really fun. We're like the last band in the lineup. So
There it is. First Fridays, Deep Ellum, Here For Now. Go check out Shade. Shade, thank you very much for stopping by to tell Dave Jarvis thank you for 2 years. Check this out.
The mighty and powerful. They motherfucking Jarvis 2 full years.
yo, that was awesome. All right. Thank you guys so much. I won't get in y'all's hair anymore, but I hope y'all have a wonderful night.
All right. Thank you, Shade. We'll see you this weekend.
Thank you very much.
Oh wait, well, they're playing music. Sorry. I still do this podcast. And our one friend, his name is Dave. He's been doing it for 2 years. Dave, can you hear me? Oh my God, I was supposed to be muted.
Yes.
Anyways,
Yes, ma'am.
beautiful lady stopped by to say something to you, Dave.
Ladies, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Thank you, Megan.
Congratulations on 2 years, my friend. Thank you, girls.
Thank you. Thank you.
I guess I would like
Thank
another
you very
one, and
much.
you can keep the page on that. Thank you so much. Tito's and pineapple, please. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you, sweetie. Thank you so much.
Who knows where I'll end up next?
Thank you, everybody.
Bucky's Beaver House to the other Beaver House. Who knows what Beaver House I may approach next?
Well, be careful, whatever you're doing.
Just watch out for the fuzzy beavers.
Yeah, they bite.
Well, I don't want to say thank you to our special guest interviews for being patient while we show our appreciation for Dave Jarvis. Been here
I'm
every
gonna cut out of
Wednesday.
here.
Thank you, Megan.
You
Appreciate
guys
you.
have a
Love
good
you
night.
always.
Love you, Maggie.
Love you
All right,
guys.
you too, Megan. Thank you.
Jeremy.
I feel all warm and gooey right now.
What's happening?
How's it going?
Oh, there's more people popping on. It's like throwing me off. Jeremy, which band are you in?
Still echoes. There's my singer. What's up, Tina?
There we go.
Tina. Welcome, Tina.
Tina,
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the panel the band Still Echoes. Recently released their track Darkened Skies. Fucking tearing up the tracks. Tina, how you been, man? I haven't seen you in like 10 years.
I'm good, actually. Not playing as much shows as I'd like to. But guess what? We got this new project, and I see that in, maybe down the road. So I'm excited about playing music. So
yeah,
I'm glad to be back, for sure.
Yeah, for anybody that is not in the know, Death Angel was a fucking amazing band, and a huge reason for that is because Tina was such a badass on the stage and behind the scenes as well.
Nice.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So what you been up to, man?
Real life work. No, just getting to reconnect with you guys and trying to write some new songs and create new music. Still trying to keep the same style, that we love and that that DA was about, but it's not DA, if you know what I mean. We just been cruising along. We got this the 2 tracks that we've already released, coming off of our first EP, but we're already writing and recording the second EP. So I think right now we're just trying to focus on just getting enough material and new music out there, just so we can continue doing what we love to do, and people can still hear the echo of Death Angel.
I love that.
The Still Echoes.
Yeah. Actually, ask Jeremy about that, where he came up with that.
Oh, Jeremy.
That's
Jeremy's
just
the
an
one who
idea
named
that I had for quite a while. Somebody asked me what I would call it if I had a choice to name a band, and I was like, well, that sounds cool to me, and it just kind of fits. So I kind of presented it to Scott. He's like, yeah, I really like that. Here we are. So
It exists, and here it is.
Well, it also kind of means a little more than just that, though. Like, we're still and we still are able to create music together and continue on the passion that we love to do. And like, no matter the people that have said, "Oh, you guys are done. Y'all can't continue without, everybody in the band or whatever." Like, you guys are going to be able to continue doing music. We just decided to shake off the haters, I guess you could say, and we're just going to keep going. But what we did with DA, it still remains the same. Like, we're still heavy. We're still melodic vocals. We're still, let's punch you in the face with our music. Like, it's still echoing DA. You know what I mean?
Got it.
Picking up, putting down.
Still Echo.
Yeah.
So are y'all gonna wait until you have the EP done before you start playing?
Yeah, I think right now our main focus is just to get a lot of new songs under our belt, get a lot of songs released out there so we can push our music, show the world, and then, kind of give everybody like the urge to want us to play a show, Like, when are y'all gonna play? We've heard all y'all songs. Y'all have 2 EPs. Let's go. Let's do a show. So I kind of want to get that excitement going because it has been a while since we've played. So I want to get our music kind of out there and set in stone before we just like jump to start playing. Because playing shows all the time is hectic.
oh, for sure.
And this is we got a lot of stuff going on with our lives and kids and spouses and like jobs that not everything lines up all the time. But being able to do this and just write and record and put out music, it gives it the ability for us to do it on our own time and spend a little more time on actually the writing process, not throw something together, you know?
Well, Tina, that's exactly why we're here every Wednesday night. It's to simplify some of that process for you, for bands, for the whole music scene here in Dallas, Fort Worth, and Texas. So thank you for being here. And with that, one of the main reasons we're all drawn together is our love of music. This new song of y'all's kicks ass.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us too,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Appreciate it.
I think we should listen to it here. Think we should listen to it, but I gotta back it up here.
I was
Y'all
gonna say,
wanna
please
hear
don't
this?
start me in the middle.
Do y'all want to hear this?
Hell yeah.
I do.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Just a minute, we'll begin to send to the feelings that you're missing very deeply, still insisting all this torture still existing. Say goodbye. No more tears to cry. Wind on the storms under darkened skies. No more heartache to hide. No more reasons why. Just a second, you're not listening. I've got these feelings that you're not healing. This constant struggle, this constant pain, the battle scars remain the same. One more reason. One more question. Say goodbye. No more tears to cry. Wind in the storms under darkened skies. No more
Pretty cool, right?
Tears to cry.
How about that? Some pretty cool arrangement. Heavy, got some real singing. I like it.
Where'd y'all record that at?
All kind of separately. So we're all kind of spaced out, right? And it's funny how things happen because it wasn't like we just got together and planned this really. Like I sit at home and I'll write guitar and I sent it to Scott and he mixed and mastered it and he sent it back with drums and bass. And I'm like, holy shit, you just turned my idea into a song. That's amazing. Send this to Tina. Send this to Tina. And here we are.
Some vocals on that.
Yeah.
Like about old songs, and I'm like, slow down, guys. You know how hard it is to write lyrics and make actually make sense and sound good. Like, calm down. But yeah, they send it to me, and then I just sit in my little studio, and I'll look over and over and just write lyrics, rough record it. And I'll go out to Scott's house and the vocals in his studio because his equipment is better than mine. And we do everything in the house. So everything's done. Scott's produced it. Scott mastered, collaborated to record this.
I really enjoyed that, like balls to the wall singing. Thanks for going for it. That shit's great.
It's nice to
Hey,
have
Steve, I was wondering, do y'all have to try songs out on your audience before you know that they're done, or are they perfectly done before you present them to the audience the way that Still Echoes is doing it?
Well, some of the songs are from the 90s, right? And even one from the 80s. So I think I know how the audience kind of reacts. Like we're just working out one Ultra 86 song that I wrote called Long, which is kind of a heavy kind of power pop failure kind of thing. And so I know how the crowd reacts to that. But then there's newer ones that as we write those, they
evolve for sure over time.
Yeah, they evolve. And a lot of times, though, I think it is a big deal to see how the audience reacts to it. Like if people are just bored with it, we might shelve a song. But it's funny, we're getting to the point we have like 10 songs. So as we write new ones, we know some songs are going to not be in the set. So that's kind of an interesting place to be, But to me, it's like, and I've noticed this with Rotting Corpse, like it's like to try to really make sets that are engage people and they get into it as opposed to just like, because even with the WhereJets, we could just kind of play fast and hard the whole set, but how do you have peaks and valleys and do funny things or do wacky things in there to pull people in? So I think I kind of think about it like that, like how would it fit in the set, as well as like what would be a hit song. But to be honest, at this stage, I'm not really. It's so hard to get people to really like decide that this is a hit song. So I think for me, I'm kind of writing for myself, as far as like what I think the best song is. And if I somehow hit one that turned into Possum Kingdom, that'd be nice. Or I'm trying to think of the other bands that have done well out of
1955, Bowling for Soup.
Bowling for Soup, yeah. Our friend Jarrett, who I went and saw him in Plano. He's playing at the doing his country thing the other day and saw him doing it. It was cool. He's still going at it. I think they're in Australia right now. But,
I'm looking forward to doing some of these.
did that answer your question, David?
No, not at all. But thank you for trying.
I'm trying to plug some. There's Alan. I'm trying to plug stuff in too. So.
No, it's cool. And I was also wondering the reverse with Still Echoes. Do you fear like getting these songs down perfectly on record and then going out into the audience and playing it for an audience and being like, oh, we should have done this with this riff, or we should have done that, and then like you're like correcting your own, your own recordings?
Well, I think I'm not as much in the perfection mode. It's about capturing, like for the other band, these guys here, they haven't played in a while and they're excited and they got a new song, and that's the time to catch it, when you're excited and not when you played it and you're kind of bored with it, I know there's a story about the Clash when they did London Calling. The producer was this old drunk guy that would drink the whole time and throw chairs around and created this tension that, London Calling is like one of the greatest albums ever. But part of that is that guy just made him crazy, So sometimes we go in the studio and we think everything needs to be perfect, and I'll have my little doll here and I'll have a drink. But really, when you're uncomfortable is probably when you're probably making the most intense music, if you're being honest. So I think for us, like, we play for so long that, like, it's not like I have to teach Alan how to play drums. I know he'll do his part. I know Craig will do his guitar part. So to me, it's like catching that kind of, it's peaking up. And is that in there?
Well, it's kind of like on Big Plans, we ended up putting that break at the beginning, where
that was
so they just evolve over the course of playing them, a bunch of times. It's like, hey, let's try this here at this section. So yeah, they just evolve and take on a life of their own.
I wish some of the things we've changed were recorded that way, but they're still good the way they are recorded, and it's fun to change them up live. If people know the songs and they're a little bit shocked by something different.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I definitely think that element is, it was kind of like we really were. This was kind of born out of COVID. Everybody in DA at the time was kind of spread out. And we were trying to be productive, and we just kind of like took that methodology and moved it into this because we're still kind of spread out. And we used to grind so hard in DA. I'm 3-4 times a week, 4-hour, 6-hour practices, and this is like for the fans, but it's also because we just love making music together. And it gives us an opportunity to be productive, to write music that we care about, that we hope other people will care about. But at the same time, it doesn't conflict with, our day to day, we've got kids, we've got jobs, we've got careers, and, it's not balls to the wall anymore. Now we're just trying to write the best quality music that we can within our metrics. And, everybody's got their little studio setups, and like Jeremy was saying, he'll send me the tracks, and we'll edit, we'll EQ, I'll throw down on drums, I'll throw down on bass, we'll have Tina over, she'll throw down on vocals, I'll throw down on screams or harmonies or whatever. It's so much fun just having a Saturday and having my friends over and lighting a fire outside, having a beer and throwing down on some vocals. It's just.
But what's crazy about the way we're doing it now is when we used to grind so hard with DA, the guys were like, oh, I got this new riff, let's turn it into a song, and they were wanting me to have the song for the next show, which never really gave us the time to build a very I don't know, we could have probably had better quality song or more things added if we would have taken our time and not rush. With this project, so much more comes to light when we are together. Like me and Scott see each other. I'll bring the general idea. Here's my lyrics. Here's what I'm doing, and then we'll just bounce stuff back and forth. And then as it grows in the studio, oh, let's go back and do this. I heard this. Let's go do harmonies here, and we're able to spend the time to build exactly what we want, what we hear in our head. We're not. So I think songs for us are better quality than what we've written 10 years ago. So that it's a different style. It's different, but I really enjoy it because we can bring more out.
Definitely
Do you
makes sense.
think that you write better when you're under pressure?
No and yes at the same time.
I kind of think that. Go ahead, Tina.
No, go ahead. You said what you were gonna say.
I was gonna say that I kind of think writing the way that we're doing it when we get together and stuff, it kind of takes the pressure off. Because it's like we have an open canvas that we can just go back. It's not like a practice room where it's like, hey, I have an idea, and the guitar player and the bass player have an idea, and I'm the drummer, and I'm like, hey, listen, I got an idea. It's like we're here, and it's like, hey, let's try this, let's move this here, and we're in the studio, so it like gives us the ability to do that right then instead of 6 months later in the studio. Hey, I had this idea. Well, the song's already written. It's just kind of, it's a good element that we have here.
A lot more freedom.
That's good. That's good. Now, what kind of prescription do you have in those glasses right there?
Man, I'm telling you what, I can't see without them.
Aww.
I can't unsee without them.
They're so vibrant. I almost thought it was a filter, and I was like, he doesn't have a filter.
They're not that thick. They just have a glare. But yeah, I can't see. I have a black pair, a red pair, and a white pair. My wife bought them for me. So.
That's precious.
Styling and profiling.
I'm close to glasses. Comes with age, I guess.
Yeah, I really can't see.
At least you still got hair.
Yeah, I do have some hair.
Turning gray.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just shave my head.
Steve, do y'all experience any kind of pressure when y'all are writing or recording or about to release anything?
Well, I will say this, like things like having gigs coming up or studio time schedule for, because we went into, like the more old school professional studio rather than, doing it ourselves. So there's a cost to that. So that obviously puts pressure, but I think it's pressure because you usually get a product out of it, and it kind of forces everybody to kind of come together. I'm curious because Ariel, like you guys are kind of younger, right? So do you guys approach writing the same way because you're new? I'm assuming you guys are kind of younger, right? So do you guys approach?
Somebody's cheating.
There's an echo and it's freaking out.
Somebody turn off your volume.
There's an echo.
It's Craig Reeves. Hey Craig, turn off your YouTube.
I really appreciate that you said we're young.
Did I get that wrong, or are you old like us?
How old do you think we are?
100.
You represent the younger part of Blow Your Brains Out.
I'm half that.
It just made me happy.
Okay. Wow.
I represent our crowd. Dave Jarvis represents that between, and then Ariel is, all the kids.
Right, she's a kid, right?
Okay. I'm a kid. Anyway.
Sorry.
Brett just said I graduated last week. I did not graduate last week. And I was also not born yesterday. Okay. No, so our writing style, Ben and I write the music between both of us. And it's kind of similar. One of us might have an idea and we send it to each other and we're like, hey, can you write to this? Or I'm like, hey, I have a melody. Can you write to this? And we just kind of swap ideas back and forth. But I'm the sole writer of melody and lyrics. And he's usually the sole writer of the music. And then Brett, he comes in with his drums, and we like the musicians to kind of fill out what they feel the song needs, and add their own special touch to it because we believe in creativity and just kind of allowing the music to go where it feels like it should go. Does that make sense?
So
yeah, and especially with people like Brett, because he can touch people in that very special way.
Oh my God.
And Ben, he's a great guitar player. So yeah, you got to let people be free to be who they are within the context of the music that's being written. So good on you. I'm proud to say I thoroughly enjoy every fucking Against All Odds song.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, I've got a follow-up question.
Yeah.
For Ariel's band and the other band, have you guys, since you've been writing, always had an iPhone or some phone to put your stuff on, or did you exist in the time like me and Craig and Alan where we had to use things like 4-track cassette to cassette? I know the answer for Ariel, but the other band, I'm curious.
Great question.
I haven't always been able to use a phone. Generally, if I have an idea, I'll just kind of freestyle it for a little bit until I have it solidified enough, and then I'll put it on, some sort of recording, mainly so I won't forget it, because I forget a lot of what I write. And that way, once I have it and it's somewhat solid, I can go back and change it to try to make it sound better. But generally, the only thing I ever do on my phone is just kind of make noises to it to remember it. If it's something I'm at work and not near a guitar, I'll put it down, something silly, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's the rhythm I was looking for.
I get like demoing, like, coming up with ideas, because like when we write stuff, we record it to the phone and we'll send it across stuff. But I was just curious if any of you guys had actually used like a cassette thing to record.
Back in the 90s, me and the Tascam 4-track recorder were best friends.
There you go. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay, so when I was younger, like before I was even in a band, my parents had this little cassette recording device that I could record myself on with like any ideas or poems or things.
Right.
But I haven't truly recorded on anything else.
Where you push play and record at the same time.
Yeah, you have to click
Exactly.
it. And then, yeah.
Exactly. Play and record at the same time. You stick the recorder in the corner of the jam room, and you put a pillow over it, and then you go to town.
Yeah, and you know what? Before I had CDs, if I liked a song on the radio, I would get a blank cassette and record it.
Yep. Or put tape on the edges.
Some of that. The mixtape, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
I used to make mixtapes, and then when CDs came out, I used to burn a shitload of music for my friends. Like I was like, oh, this series of songs made me think of you. And if you see any of my best friends that knew me when I was younger, like Anna or my friend Alex, they'll be like, oh my God, I still have her CDs. It's I didn't make them all the time.
Okay. You have to make.
Well, sorry to interrupt, but let's make some noise for our newest member of the panel, local artist and purveyor of open mic with Ann House. Please welcome everybody, Ann House.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Good.
Quite well. How about yourself, Ann?
Not too bad at all. Thank you for asking.
Absolutely. So you're out of Denison, is that correct?
I'm in Denison, Texas, which is on the Texas-Oklahoma border, just south of the casino, Choctaw.
All right.
Yeah.
We have definitely promoted our fair share of Red Rock Saloon shows. So
yes. Good on you.
Yes, absolutely. Us and Denison, we go way back, like at least a year.
Cool. At least, well, hey, what can I say?
And now we have a great relationship with State Line.
Okay.
That'd be the second
better.
exit in Oklahoma.
Yes, it is.
So on top of rocking an excellent open mic and being an excellent local artist, Anna also has a wonderful playlist of local artists, which you should check out on Spotify if you're able to.
I do. So local music is really important up here. We have a very large concentration of really good musicians in this area. And the problem is that they just never seem to be heard anywhere else. And so I was kind of on on a trek to find my place in this community of musicians, and I needed information, and it was really hard to get it unless I could talk to the artists, right? So we tried a TV show, we tried artist roundtables, and a podcast seems to be the piece that worked the best because I could have a few of them in here, there, and everywhere. We call the podcast or live cast, it's actually video. It's called Open Mic with Ann House, and it
Awesome.
literally is an open mic for the local artists. We go from Atoka, Oklahoma down to about Farmersville, from Paris to Gainesville. So that's our purview.
Yeah. I've been to Gainesville many times.
That's a good swath of listeners. Very good.
It is.
And
it's a
have
really
you
big area.
have you noticed a bump in viewership as weeks have progressed?
We're up to about anywhere from 500 to 1,000 viewers every week. We go weekly. It's on Tuesday evening.
Nice.
7:30. Yeah. It's not exactly what I would have wanted, but you know what? I'm satisfied with it. I'm happy with it. I'm looking for ways
Dude,
to make it more.
Those are fantastic numbers for a local publication. So no, good on you.
So yeah, it's been a little bit challenging. We work with a local studio. Okay, yeah, I know them.
There's the line right there. It's the second exit across the border. Say good for. Say hello.
I know
to my
that. I
good
know
friend Ronnie.
We work with our local cannabis distributors.
Hey, you gotta support local business.
Well, I mean, isn't that what supporting local music is?
Hey, thank you, Ann, for sharing your heart and playing along also, but thanks for sharing your heart. And I wish you great success with your podcast, and
Thank you.
glad you're here with us tonight.
See if I can get my camera to do it.
You'll get it. You got this.
I ought to. I work in technology, so. Hey, look. We're good.
Nice.
Yeah. So, I'm a vocalist also, and I work with a lot of really great musicians up here, and it's an interesting community because that's exactly what it is, a community. It's not just, that group over there and that group over there. This is a really big community of people who are dedicated to making themselves better musicians, better vocalists, better drummers, better guitarists. Or then there's those of them who play like 8 different instruments, or fill in the blank there. So we have some
Now,
really
what are some great
talented people.
What are some great venues that a band like Still Echoes or the WhereJets might be able to play up in Denison or even across the border?
So,
great question.
Okay, in Atoka, you're looking at the Rock Yard. That's Atoka, Oklahoma. It's about an hour, give or take, north of here. There's a couple of places in Durant. One's called Red Barn, and then there's the Roadhouse. That one's escaped my name. And
I've heard of that. The Red Barn. Do they book rock clubs and rock bands or metal bands?
I don't know about metal, but they do rock. Yeah.
There's also
Like
the
more
rail-
cover bands, though, right?
The Railhead.
The Red Barn.
One up there.
Okay, so
Yeah,
the Red Barn
Railheads
is
up there.
yeah, it
Lawton,
is.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That's a little further afield for us. That's 2.5 hours to the west, give or take. But in Denison, you're looking at Red Rock for things like, and then Kickback's Backyard over on Armstrong. Tanglewood sometimes does things like that, not very often. This is a big red dirt area. Go figure, right? So there's a lot of country music that's played up in this area. So you've got
Red dirt is the literal dirt. The dirt
I know, right?
there is red.
It is Red River. I mean, come on, right? There's a lot of venues up here. Depending on what you play, I'm sure that there's a venue up here for you. I keep a list of the open mics on my Facebook page. So if you have an inclination to come up and just check out the scene, hit one of the open mics. We'd love to have you.
Very cool.
There used to be some pretty good metal bands back in the early 2000s,
There still are.
From
Yeah, there still are. Yeah.
Yeah. We used to play with a band called Derision, and real heavy band, and it was during like the Jackknife, the Destro, Derision, Stillborn Nursery, kind of early mid 2000s when Robert Miguel was doing the local show at Tree.
Yeah, cool.
That kind of era.
What about Grain?
Yeah, Grain.
Were you a fan of Grain?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
I am now a fan of Grain. Grain is
that's fine.
Man, everybody should go check out.
We have Local Ski Lodge. We have From the Grave. Nothing Special. Trainwreck. And they really are a train wreck. They're really great people, but you just never know what's going to come out of their mouths. I swear, you just really don't. As a matter of fact,
I like them already.
Yeah, I know, right? I had to put an explicit content warning on their show before I posted it anywhere. I only have 3 shows that I've had to do that for in a full year worth of shows. 3 of them, the whole time, I had to put explicit content. One of them was Trainwreck, and 2 of them were one of our local comedians. His name is Matt Blackshear.
Better not bring no kids.
Make sure your kids is put to bed when you watch this one. Yep.
There you
All
go.
right, well, folks, we are bringing together parties from the mid-cities and from Denison. So is there anything y'all want to ask each other? Within reason, of course.
I was raised by a Marine. You can ask pretty much anything.
Yeah, just consider this our show, Blow Your Brains Out, your telephone pole to post your messages to one another upon.
Oh, no. I was just curious about the writing process. That's one of the things that we talk about a lot on my show is the writing process. There are a few artists that they do the 3-word method, right? So 3 words, write a song about it. Right. There are some that just fill up journals and journals and journals of things, and some that have other processes. What processes do you guys follow? I know what happens to me. It only happens when I'm in the car driving and nobody else is paying attention to anything.
Yeah.
I hate that, but that's when it happens.
Yeah, I write a lot of lyrics in the car when we share a lot of ideas.
You have all the time in the world to sit there and think, and then inspiration hits, and you're like, oh crap, where's my record button on my phone? And then you drop your phone, and then you're like, oh my God, can I remember the idea on my 30-minute left to drive to work?
I'll tell you what, I used to work at the Subway in the Parks Mall in the food court, and whenever a customer would insult me, I would take some receipt paper and start writing down either what they said to me or what I would like to do to them as soon as I'm off the clock, and that would become a song.
Hey, inspiration.
Okay. If that works, hey, that's pretty cool. So I'm guessing you have an envelope full of receipts.
Yes, I have a notebook full of evidence, yes.
Plausible deniability, my friend. Plausible deniability.
Yeah, the key is to write it in your not in your weaker hand, so that they can't really trace your handwriting back to you.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, that's Dave Jarvis right there.
Are you under the weather? And did you get a hold of a bad turkey?
No, I got a hold of a head cold. My sister works in a pharmacy, and it's like having a petri dish. You know, she works in a petri dish. So I'm pretty sure she brought something home.
Does everyone else avoid the pharmacy area when you're shopping at Kroger's or wherever you shop?
Yes. Yes.
You really should. You really should.
Avoid all children too. They go to schools, and those are definitely.
Yes, they are. Oh my God, yes, they are.
They pick up everything.
Hey, so could I chime in on
He's
the
not
I
wrong.
love it.
She's
I
not
fucking
wrong.
love it. Avoid
my
all
kids were little-
children at all costs. Warning.
Yeah, I know. When my kids were little, it was like, okay, so what was the illness of the week that they're bringing home to me? And it's like, I
Aw.
really don't need that.
And then the whole house gets it eventually. You
Mhm.
can't all just be sick at one time.
Uh-uh.
It all has to be
No,
like.
it has to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before
And we
you
have
know
6
it,
adults
you're
in our
all
house.
powder blue stanza.
No, we have 6 adults in our house. 6 adults, 4 dogs, and 4 cats. So, yeah.
Hey, can I chime in on the writing thing? Because I've been doing something different than in the past. I would like write a riff and then I would have lyrics and I'd try to merge it. But lately, I actually wrote one song where I literally wrote it in the instance and I made myself sing some kind of vocals. And so what I do with a lot of the stuff I write, and, I guess I was alluding to the phone stuff because I do my ideas on the phone, is I'll record some stuff and then the next day when I'm driving to work, I'll listen to it. And if it still resonates, I'll keep kind of working on it, or otherwise I delete it, But there's one song I wrote called, Craig actually helped me name it Happy for a While, but it's literally stream of conscience. The only one where I just kind of wrote it, where it just kind of came out. And I even tried
all at one time.
Yeah. And even like when I was trying to sing the lyrics, I had to learn how I was singing it. You know what I mean? Because you have a conscious way of doing things, which is but I had to learn the kind
You
of
can hear it.
Yeah. And it's weird because when you're doing it, it feels so wrong. And you're like, this is just up. But then you go back the next day and you're like, oh, there's something there. And that's kind of that stream of conscious thing is kind of where I've been lately as far as trying to write songs. And then even with Rotting Corpse, like we haven't written music in like 35 years. And I'm telling Walt, we just need to do it and just let it happen. And
35 years?
Yeah, we were.
Rotting Corpse was like huge back at the, for a minute.
Yeah.
For a minute.
And we, it's funny because a small label came to me this time last year and said, I want to re-release this stuff. And I was like, okay. And then next thing I know, we're putting it out and I'm kind of freaking going, he's just put like 10 grand into this. And I started promoting it. Next thing I know, Rotting Corpse started playing, which I never thought would have happened. But anyway, so now we're all the way to the writing process where we're like, oh, we should put out another album because, maybe a small indie or somebody would pick that up or whatever. But it's funny, like I was telling Walt, it's not like before where actually you talk about writing process and the third demo we did, me and the drummer is a really good keyboard player. His name is Dave Grider. He played in Blood of the Sun and he would write
Blood of the Sun.
Yeah. He would write riffs on Walt's mom's piano. He would write death metal riffs and I played on my bass and Walt would be working on the van outside and we took a tape where he had riffs and we literally wrote 4 or 5 songs like that and that's the third demo. And then Walt would come in and go, what are you guys doing? And we would directing to it. But so there's that way, it's a very physical way of doing it. And now I'm the complete opposite end where I'm just it's just stream of conscience kind of stuff that comes out. And I don't know if you can do metal. I guess you can do metal like that. I don't know. The other band that does the heavy stuff, does your stuff come out stream of conscious? Or are you really thinking about the riff like, like it has to? Because that's where I kind of started. Like a riff has to be, but now it's just like, it just comes out,
It's a little different, I guess, because anytime I write something on the guitar, I'm thinking of what's going to sound good with Tina, right? So it's me free jamming to an extent, but within a certain parameter. Yeah. So it's in my mind.
It's a good parameter.
What is going to sound best with her? And then once Scott is on it too, and they start going back and forth, bouncing ideas. What's going to work best for the whole? It's not, always what I think would sound cool, or it's the best for the song in my head, and I'll send it. And if it ends up something that sounds cool and we like, we really like it, we go forward. If not, put it on the back burner. Maybe we come to it later. We don't spend a lot of time messing with things that aren't going to keep us going forward at the moment.
So are you guys comfortable enough with each other to say this sucks? I mean, it's a rough
That's a good question.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, I think we're
That's
definitely
good.
there.
That's good.
I mean, I don't think I've heard anything from either one of them that I could ever say sucked. But, that being said, I'm sure that be like, hey, maybe we don't like this part, or try something different,
They would say it nice, I'm sure, but they wouldn't.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. We would definitely say it nice. But, look, in this new project that we've got, we haven't ran into anything like that. We've just got so much material, and it's came out so awesome and organic. And then, what's really awesome about the writing process here is Jeremy will send me some riffs, and I'll move them around a little bit, or I'll add some dynamics or something, like, or right before the breakdown at the end of the song, like I'll cut a section out and put just some strings or an overture, or like some sections of Tina's voice to make it just like real emotional, kind of, just like a huge melody. And then this breakdown comes in just crashing down, and you're just like, holy shit. So yeah, really excited about that.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot.
Kind of like Phantom Lord by Metallica. Fall to your knees and bow to the Phantom Lord.
I mean, I will say it does make it a bit more interesting. It's not the same as being in a jam room and bouncing ideas on on the fly, but it also eliminates some of the stress of that. How Tina was talking about earlier, it was just two people come up with ideas, and then everybody else has to jump in and kind of just make it happen. We kind of have the freedom to take our time with it and go back and forth and just try to make it the best it can be at our own pace. Like Scott was saying, we've got families, careers, everything's going. We just kind of do it on cruise control, let it happen organically.
Yeah, and going back to 4-track stuff, I've done my best stuff when I was in the 80s and 90s doing 4-track stuff, because you're relaxed and you're not thinking about I'm in the studio and it's costing money. So this approach probably works pretty good, because you guys can find the right moment to kind of make it happen, right?
Oh, definitely.
The only thing we're out is time, but it's a good time that we get to spend with our closest friends that happen to be in our band. So
right.
Making the music that you love or love.
Alan's asleep.
Right? Yeah, I've made some music and went back and went, well, I loved it a lot more at the time. God, but it's good. I still love it.
Yeah. So what is the favorite song each of you has had a hand in writing?
Great question. Go ahead.
Is that a Still Echoes question?
That's for everybody.
Oh.
I can. Well, so
Steve's had a hand in a few.
Yeah, I was trying to like if the Rotting Corpse songs like Involvement that people play that I don't know, that like they stuff, So that's cool. But then there's there's a lot of bands that we've written different stuff with. For the WhereJets, I don't know. I think something like Beijing Space Girl is probably my favorite. Which actually part of that's when we visit. My wife is from China, and we went to Beijing, and part of that experience kind of merged into an older song I had, and images that kind of were flashing in my head and stuff. So, and I like the crazy rhythm on that song. So that's probably my favorite. Craig, what's your favorite Norwich? Or maybe Carrie Cherry or Max Cady or whatever. I mean,
I was thinking,
your favorite song that you put together
was fun to write, because we just wrote really heavy riffs, because that band was riff rock. But I don't know, some of the stuff even on Gold-Headed Cane, like Life Without an Ear and things that we wrote in the Bat Master system a lot of fun. It's like just fun to write songs. I mean, I thought it was really cool to take Progress that we released in 89 or whatever it was, 88, 89 on a demo and Process to Build, and redo that and just make it a more mature song from when we were 18, 19 years old, however that was the older we were then.
Yeah.
Just
-4. We were -4 years old.
Yeah. Like, make it a more mature song and to bring the lyrics up to date, because we only had to change one freaking thing to make the lyrics up to date with what was going on in the world, which is kind of crazy.
Right.
So that's a pretty cool thing to think that we did that back then, and that Steve wrote those lyrics, and we just changed one thing to work at home to make it fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made it.
The time period, you know, so that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Writing songs is fun altogether. I really like the stuff we just started working on. Long. That's a really cool song. And
Yeah.
I kind of changed one of the parts that Steve wrote back in the '90s and just made it just a little bit different. And just adding that to me makes it more modern. So I don't know. All writing is fun. I'm looking forward to this new one that I just finished. So we'll see. You know, maybe that new one will be my favorite.
Yeah.
What
So
about Still Echoes, you guys?
the other band, your other band was called DA or Death. I mean,
We were called Death Angel.
Death
we got
Angel?
Death Angel, DEAF
right.
Angel.
So is your favorite stuff that stuff, or is some of the new stuff challenging that as far as, you know, resonating with you and stuff? You know,
I think that the first song that we put out, Through the Fire, is a really excellent kind of DAF kind of song, I guess, because it's more geared towards being a single.
Right.
So it's got more of like a melody and a flow, really, really like hooky, catchy, drivey chorus. You know, it has some heavy element to it. A lot of really, really good musicianship in it. And I really, really like that song. I think that song really kind of blows a lot of the DA stuff out of the water. But, you know, there's also songs like Directions or Run to Me that were DA songs that were just crowd favorites and our favorites to play. And I mean, they'll always stand out. Always. Yeah. Lisa.
Tina?
I think with project with Still Echoes, my favorite song that written, we haven't released this song yet. It's gonna be on the first EP. It's I don't know when we're releasing it, but it's almost there. It's called Pray for Rain, and I think lyric wise, that was my favorite song to write to, and it was the first song that they sent me when we started this project. So it kind of brought me back to, hey, get out of your shell, let's play some music and let's sing, you know, like it kind of it ignited that fire in me again. So I think I really was drawn to that. But all the DA stuff is really probably gonna always forever be my favorite, just because I did it for so long.
Cool.
20 years and
Out of curiosity, was this at all inspired by the Cure song "Prayer for Rain"?
I said what?
Cure. Was your song at all inspired by the Cure, who has a similarly titled song?
No, actually, the working title to that song was called "In the Storm," but as we finished the song, we decided to change it. So
there's a part in the song, in the breakdown at the end, where Tina's doing this real melodic kind of vibrato thing, and in the breakdown I say, "You pray for rain, you pray for me, you pray for rain," and it's a quick snarky little title that seemed like it fit. You know. Man. Wait till you hear the song.
Just wait till.
It's nice the way you laid that out there.
Yeah.
Well, Well, just know that whenever the song is finished, you have a home to release it on here at Blow Your Brains Out. We would love to hear it.
You guys.
Absolutely. Thank you.
What about you,
And same
Jeremy?
thing goes with Ann. Same thing goes with Ann and Nowhere Jets. If you have a new song, please debut it over here at Blow Your Brains Out. We love debuting new music over here.
I'm glad to. I'll have one coming out before too long.
Yeah.
It's not, honest to God, most of the time I don't do, hell, I'm not even sure I do rock music most of the time. I'm working on that, but it's more Americana kind of stuff, so I don't know.
Dig it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. People get
Jeremy
the
had to
wrong
step
idea.
out.
They think that they think that we're a metal show. We're not. We're a local music show through and through. We, whatever genre you're playing at, we want to support you. We want to promote you, regardless of what scene you may fall into, quote unquote.
So, to that end, then, we have an internet radio station that is about an 80-20 mix of, popular country style music and then local music from here in this area. It's called KJAM. You can find it at Live 365. Yes, you happen to notice the playlist that I put together in Spotify. The music here is really pretty great. There's not a lot of the metal music that I could find out where I could add it to a playlist like that, but I'm still looking. Trust me, I'm still looking. But there's a lot of really great music on there. I would be very, very wrong to not shout out to people like Oliver White and Chris Romaine, who's at Split Window Studios and things like that.
Shout out Chris Romaine.
Yeah, Chris is a great guy.
Thanks
They
for
run a
sharing
great
your heart
studio.
and get people out there that you care about. Hopefully, they'll appreciate it and then also come to watch the show. And we grow and grow together. Thanks for being here, Ann House.
Of course.
Yes.
Representing.
Thanks for asking me. I really appreciate it. No, I really
Absolutely.
appreciate
Hey, before everybody leaves, please, I have one more question. We'll start with Ann, then we'll go to Still Echoes, and then we'll go to Nowhere Jets. But starting with Ann, how would you like to be remembered?
Wow.
Stumped.
I want to be remembered ready to grab a beer.
That's a very good question. As somebody who helped bring this music community out to the world.
Aww.
Yes. Beautiful. Wonderful answer. Still Echoes. How would you like to be remembered? We can come back to you. It's no problem.
Doesn't have to be serious. Oh, there's 3 of them.
Make music. That's it. I mean, I'm just somebody that likes to make music. I don't make music because I think I'm great at it. I make music because I think music's great and I love it and want to be a part of it.
Yes.
Well, I've got Through the Fire queued up. I've also got some more the Nowhere Jets queued up. And I'd like to hear that song because I've never heard these songs before. And that first, no, I did. I heard the other one. That's right. The one that we played. And it was kick-ass. So, yeah. Stay at it and bring your music by so we can all listen to it together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can we, did we hear from all of Still Echoes? Did y'all answer?
Go ahead, Tina.
That's a tough question.
Yeah, it is.
I want to be like. I've always told the guys that like we left some certain kind of mark in the team with the family, and where we came from, how our music progressed, like what we during our time frame. Like, oh, that's that female metal band with that female singer and that guy with the fast feet and flip flops. Like we were different. So I just want to be remembered for the people that never quit and that we love music. People will always remember us. That's what I want to be remembered by.
Remembered by your music.
Yep.
Oh yeah. And Nowhere Jets, how would you like to be remembered?
You know, I think for me, man, I'm going to go back to Tina and Community because I think it's like, you know, like that last show we played and there's a lot of great, almost no ego. Everybody's just kind of excited about everybody's music and that sense of community. I'm so far past thinking about being successful and whatever, you know, playing shows and having a great experience and people caring about the music. I think we all would like that people really stop and give a crap about the music, you know.
Word.
Work hard at it and it means a lot to us, right? So I'm going to use Community. I'm a still from Tina.
And I want to add to that, Steve Murphy, thank you very much for loving music and Community and getting Walter on here tonight. That was really fucking cool. Thank you for coming on, Walter.
Next time we do it, I'll get maybe I'll get Mr. Shelby for the next show because he's quite entertaining too. So
yeah, and all the things that you're doing for Rotting Corpse, man. Hell, the Rotting Corpse, and all the best to you guys. All the best to the Nowhere Jets. We'll see y'all live soon.
Yep. Well, maybe in February we'll talk.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, here's
And
a little insight.
And nothing but the best for N House and for Still Echoes as well. Thanks everybody for being a part of this show.
Thank you, guys.
Of course.
Thank you for having us.
And we'll be back with that next single, I promise you.
Live and prosper.
Please
I just
do.
decided to check the chats. What do y'all think? We got them coming in. We should go through a couple days X's here.
A whole conversation happened in the chats.
That's great. I love
Nothing
it.
related to anything we were talking about, all based off of Hef and my height. And I think the math is wrong.
John Deere was in this, Steve.
You and I think?
Brett earlier says it doesn't matter how old she is. How old or how tall do you think Ariel is? And this is how that conversation started, what you're about to read.
All right. Well, I think that's dope.
We're just gonna fill you in. I say dope a lot, and a lot of the times it's very intentional. Dope, 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 dope. That's dope, 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 dope. That's dope. These are pretty dope. These are pretty dope. These are pretty dope. These are pretty dope. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Dope, 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 dope. That's dope. Dope, pretty dope, 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 pretty dope, dope. Pretty dope, 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 pretty dope, 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 dope. That's dope, 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 dope. That's facts.
Yeah, that's facts. I love seeing those chats alive like that. Thanks, y'all.
I love Ariel's Donald Trump double jerk off dance. That's very good.
Oh, I wasn't jerking off. I was doing this and getting excited.
Oh yeah, that doesn't look at all like what I was just describing.
I was doing the fingers.
I guess it depends on which side of that whiskey jar you're on.